course I believe CNN, Fox News, MSLSD, NBC, ABC, and even Glenn Beck. I mean, why wouldn't I?
I think if you need more tears, you're going to need...
Yeah, I don't know teaming. Okay, gosh, it's like a teaming. Is that like a nice deal?
You just go wait for these beats right there.
I think it is getting used to it. My eyes are getting used to it.
That's when we bring up the
Welcome back to High Impact Flicks. Let's go ahead and roll that intro, shall we? People ask me all the time, "Hey Brian, do you really use that keto elevate stuff, and does it really work?" The answer is yes and yes. Never in my entire life have I lost body fat so quickly. Not even in my prime at 25, which is over 25 years ago. I'm approaching 54 this year. If you want to support the channel and do your health a favor, grab some with my link in the description. According to the fact checkers, according to Glenn Beck, he's come down with the convids. Glenn Beck says that he has come down with the convids. This is reported by Raw Story here. And of course, people are taking pot shots at this guy. I'm not a Glenn Beck fan. I think the guy's a complete charlatan. We've done several videos on him years ago where he just, he's pretending to cry. He plays the left versus right paradigm lie. Completely, just the ideology that he spreads is completely bad for America. But Glenn Beck, according to this, says that he didn't need the VAXX. Now he's very sick with, oh yeah, how do you know? How do you know? He's very sick with that right there? Really? And is taking the horse medication, according to CIA asset Anderson Poopa.
One of those drugs he mentioned, ivermectin, is something more often used to deworm horses.
They say conservative radio host Glenn Beck is not doing well in his struggle with, let's just take their word for it. We know for sure Glenn Beck's struggling with this. Because Raw Story told us, CNN told us, MSLSD is trying to capitalize on it. And what they do is they make fun of somebody who says they didn't bow down at the altar jabba and go, see, if you took it, you wouldn't get it. But then they had to change their tune and go, well, you can take the VAXX and then still get and still transmit it. But you don't see them making fun of people who actually bow down at the altar of Jabbo and got it, bowed down at the altar of Jabbo again, got their booster and got it again. They're not making fun of those people. Because what do they say? They're quick to say, yeah, but the reason they have mild symptoms is because they bow down at the altar of Jabbo. If they didn't bow down at the feet of the big farm guy, they would be dead or hospitalized. According to the Daily Beast, however, Beck made it clear that he's using the medication known as the horse dewormer from CNN. Of course, that's all it has to be because CNN said it, right? They would never lie to us. Which has not been proven to be an effective treatment. But what has been proven to be an effective treatment? Oh, that product that Albert Bourla, the CEO from Pfizer, said, we're not even sure if it worked, so we got to go with 1.1. 1.1's coming out.
And we know that the two doses of the vaccine offer very limited protection, if any. The 3 doses with a booster, they offer reasonable protection against hospitalization and deaths. Against deaths, I think very good. And less protection against infection. Now, we are working on a new version of our vaccine, the 1.1, let me put it that way.
We don't even know if it was effective or not. But you still got to take it or you're going to be locked down. You still got to take it or you're going to lose your business. You still got to take it or you're going to be taxed to oblivion like they're doing in Quebec. I was going to read this right here, but we could just listen to it from Mark Levin and Glenn Beck's own mouth.
It's a pleasure to have Glenn Beck with me. He's written a fantastic book, The Great Reset, Joe Biden and the Rise of 21st Century Fascism. Glenn, how are you, my friend?
Left versus right paradigm. How about the rise of Trump and 21st century fascism? Because we saw it under, let's be honest, what do you call it but fascistic when you set up Operation Warp Speed and you say you're the father of the VAXX and it's the best thing since sliced bread? It's a godsend.
I am great, Mark. I am great.
Well, you are pretty good, actually. Now,
despite having COVID and seeing the destruction of our country,
yes,
I'm great.
So what did he just propagate there? Despite having, they're talking about 24-day, 7-day-a-week news cycles. Despite having that, I'm doing okay. And now it's entering my lungs, he's going to say. Oh, gosh. So what does that do? That just ramps up the fear machine again. Now we got this incessant 24-hour-day propaganda from CNN, MSLSD, Faux News, Glen Beck. Glen Beck is the owner of The Blaze, I think, still, right? And who's connected to The Blaze? We've got Steven Crowder on there. There's a lot of people on alternative media that have YouTube channels. Lauren Chen, I think, is on there. Sydney Watson. Yeah, they're connected with this guy who is now propagating the very thing that CNN and Faux News is propagating. But of course they're going to do that.
Now, do you have COVID right now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've been off for about a week. I mean, I've been doing my show. It's a lighter case, but it's now starting to go into my lungs today, and a little disturbing. But I'm on all the medication and treatment.
By the way, Crowder pushes the vaccine. I showed you, video after video of Crowder pushing the vaccine, suggesting the vaccine even for people who are at risk.
And everything else, so we'll see.
So wait a minute, it's going
good.
into your... Have you gotten any monoclonal? I'm serious about this.
No, the monoclonal doesn't seem to be working for the new strain, and you can't. But I'm on ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, fluvoxin. I'm on a bunch of different. I mean, and my doctors are hitting it really hard.
What about C, D, and E? What about zinc? What about that stuff that you can get over the counter? Why does it have to be ivermectin, flamoxin, hydroxychloroquine? What's up with this?
You know what's amazing? When we tried to get that stuff, my pharmacist looked at me like I was, a heroin addict.
Oh, I know. And it's crazy, Mark, because when you understand what hydroxychloroquine does, it just opens a portal into the cells. You can't get zinc is what stops this from spreading in your body and growing. But zinc can't get through the oil or the fat and the water around your cell. So those drugs, all they do is just make a delivery system so the zinc can get in there. It's not what's...
So anyway, the bottom line to this thing is, just as all of mainstream media is doing, now you've got Glen Beck pushing the existence of, what? And he's saying it's getting into my lung, it's getting serious. So here's the concern here is, if you keep saying something over and over and over again, if you make a lie big enough, you tell it for a long enough period of time to enough people, they start taking it as the truth. And now when anybody gets a sniffle, what are they doing? Now they're going out and running to buy these rapid test kits for $24-25, further enriching the big pharma industrial complex, because I think Abbott Labs is producing 50 to 70 million rapid test kits every single month. And that's just one of the biotech companies that actually is benefiting from this. $25 to take a test that's going to tell you, well, if you want to know what that's going to tell you, I just refer and defer to Dr. Kerry Mullis, who is the father of polymerase chain reaction technique, not a test. It's everywhere you look. So now when the average person gets the sniffles, and it can affect every single one of us in different ways, guys. Propaganda is very potent. You keep saying something, and even if you don't believe it, it's still going to be in the back of your mind, and it's working its little magic back there, so that when you do get a sniffle, it's like the first thing you think of is, oh my gosh, do I have it? Now, some of you may be super strong out there and you don't think that, and you're completely safeguarded. Even those of us who know it's a frickin' lie, we have a human nature that is subjected to weaknesses and frailties, and our minds can go there. It's like, gosh, I hope I don't have that thing. I hope this thing's not real. What's this new thing on the horizon with people losing their sense of taste and smell, and they have no other symptoms, or, they're experiencing all these aches and pains that they normally wouldn't have and have never experienced this in their entire lives, and they've been on the planet for 40, 50, 60 years.
It might be a good idea, while you still can, to convert your fiat currency notes into long-term storable food. Use my link in the description and get $100 off instantly
for this survival food. Do it while you still can, because guys, I cannot guarantee that they're going to have this available in the future.